Hey guys, Jordan here again with Jasmine Cain, bringing you a lesson today. I thought I would go for it and give you a lesson for Burnout, which is the first song on our new record, 7. So, despite the foolish nature of doing this, I'm going to be playing this on an acoustic guitar, just because it's easier to show you what's going on. I will not be playing things generally up to speed, but this is kind of how it goes. So, the main riff, which is a great riff that Kevin came up with actually, is this sort of thing. Okay, that's the main riff. So, if you're reading a tab, it would look like this. 0, 3, 0 on the low E string, which in this case is tuned down to D. I'm in drop D. So 0, 3, 0, 5 on the A string. 0, 3, 0 on the low E, which in this case is tuned down to D. 3 on the A string. 0, 3, 0 on the low E, tuned down to D. 2 on the A string. So that first half is... and then it's 0, 3, 0, 3 on the low E string. Okay, I'm alternate picking that whole thing. It's just the whole time. So, now the first half of that repeats. Okay, well, first 3/4 of it repeats. So 0, 3, 0, 5 on the A, 0, 3, 0, 3 on the A, 0, 3, 0, 2 on the A, and then we go 5, 6, 5, 3 on the D string. Well, the E string tuned down to D. Okay, that's the second half. So the whole thing together. Okay, now we repeat that, the first half of it anyway. And then we have that little transition lick, which is 3, 5 on the low E, 3, 5 on the A, 5 open on the D, 3, 5 on the A. Now the best way to practice any of these very repetitive kind of finger twisty licks is to just sit down and loop it over and over until you get it in small, small pieces. So that might just be this little lick. Gradually speed that up. If you have to go way slower than that, that's the best way to do it. Just super slow, super precise, gradually speed it up until you can play it all in a row. Okay? So, that's the first intro section of Burnout. Then, we slide up to 5 across the 6, 5, and 4, 6th, 5th, and 4th strings, which in this case are D, A, D, E, A, D strings, right? And I'm just chugging on that. Now that little transition is the exact same as the first 4 notes of the intro riff, but then I'm just chugging on the D. Palm muting. Now what I tend to do is I tend to hit a first fret and slide up to 5. I don't think that's the way it is in the recording, but that's what I do live. So that's the whole verse. From there, I go 8-7 on the bottom 3 strings. And then back to that intro riff. Okay, same transition, same everything, back to the verse, right? So again, chugging on that G, which is on the 5th fret of the low E string, tuned down a D. I'm trying to accent 2 and 4. Slide up, accenting 2 and 4. So here, I'm playing open 3, open 5, 5 on the A, open 3, open on the D, and I'm playing the 5th fret on the D and the G strings, and I have a whammy pedal that I use to dive bomb that, so it sounds like I have a whammy bar. If you have a whammy bar, use that. If you have a whammy pedal, use that. If you don't have anything, pick up a slide and fake it, or you can just hold it, or you can just slide it, whatever you want to do. My whammy bar is in the shot for the acoustic, you know. So again, we go back to that 8-7 on the low E string, which in this case is B flat and A, for those of you who are interested. And then the main riff. Okay, so that's a little bit different. We start that transition the same way. 3-5, 3-5 on the E and the A strings respectively. And then I go 5th fret on the D, open D, 1st fret on the A, to an A chord. Okay, that's the beginning of the bridge. Then we repeat that lick again, 5 on the D, open on the D, 1st string on the A, open A, A chord, D chord. So it's 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 3, 4, 1, 2. Now it changes. 4, 5, 7 on the A string to the A chord, okay? Or 4, 5, 7, open A string. And then we have this walk up. Okay? So it's 4, 5, 7, open, 1st fret, 4th fret, 5, 7, 10, 12. Sorry, 5, 7, 10, 12. Okay, those are power chords, and those are the frets under your index finger. So it's open, 1, 4, 5, 7, 10, 12. And here comes the fun part. So, for the guitar solo, it's actually a very simple figure that is played very quickly. And it is probably a huge ripoff of one of my favorite guitar players, John Petrucci. This is exactly the kind of stuff that he does all the time, where he'll take a very repetitive scalar pattern and just repeat it in different places through the scale, and he just runs all over the guitar like that. So, if you're interested in John Petrucci's style, obviously check out Dream Theater because it's not me, but this is very much in the style of John Petrucci. So, I'm playing a D minor scale this whole time, but this is the pattern I'm using to play it. So, 5, 7, 8 on the A string, and then 5 on the D string. 4 notes ascending, and then 8, 7, 5 on the D string, 8 on the A string. 4 notes descending. And again, if you are having trouble with this, which I have trouble with this, so I'm sure you are, just take it really slow. And I'm alternate picking the whole thing. down, up, 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 down, up. Okay? Just very slow. Now we go to the next fretboard position in the D minor scale. So I slide up to the 7th fret, and I go 7, 8, 10, 7 on the D, 10, 8, 7 on the D, 10 on the A. This is that second pattern. Slower. Okay, so those two licks together, these are called sequences. Those two sequences together, starting on the 5th fret, 5, 7, 8, 5, 8, 7, 5, 8, 7, 8, 10, 7, 10, 8, 7, 10. Okay, same pattern, two different scale shapes. From there, I move up to the next scale position, 8, and I just run up the scale. So that's 8 on the A, 10 on the A, 12 on the A, 8 on the D, 10 on the D, 12 on the D, 9 on the G, 10 on the G, 12 on the G, 10 on the B, 11 on the B, 13 on the B, down to 11 on the B, 10 on the B, 12 on the G, 10 on the G. Okay, that's that. That's that scale run. Okay, so everything up to this point, very slowly, is like this. That's that first lick of Burnout. So now the slow descending scale is actually a D harmonic minor scale, for those of you who know what that is. If you don't, it's the same as a D minor scale, it just has a raised 7th, and it gives you that sort of Middle Eastern classical kind of sound. So I start up here on the D note, which is the 15th fret of the B, 14th fret of the B, 11th fret of the B, 10th fret of the B, 12th fret of the G, 10th fret of the G, 9th fret of the G, 7th fret of the G, 6th fret of the G, 8th fret of the D, 7th fret of the D, 5th fret of the D. Always kind of reminds me of like a Nintendo boss battle or something, that little line, but you know, I'm old school. So just a very simple descending scale pattern. So far what we have is this. Okay, that's the Burnout solo so far. Now comes the fun part. So what I'm using here is a technique called circling. Okay, so I'm encircling this note, starting on this D. So I'm going 7, 9, 7, 6. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. On every beat, I'm playing a D. Okay? Then I'm going up to the 9th fret and doing the same thing. 9, 10, 9, 7. 6, 7, 8. Okay? Then I'm going to the 10th fret and doing the same thing. So that's 10, 12, 10, 9. And again, just looping these licks. Okay? Then I do something a little bit different. I I go to the 13th fret on the G string, and I encircle that chromatically from the blues scale. So it's 13, 14, 13, 12. And the goal here is to kind of give it this Flight of the Bumblebee chaotic sound, okay? And then I do that same thing on the 15th fret of the B string on that D. So 15, 16, 15, 14. Okay? So the whole solo goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's a little faster than that on the recording. I'm not going to attempt it on an acoustic, but that's the idea of the Burnout solo, or that's the Burnout solo. After that, we go straight back into the main riff. With a lick, the initial one. So that's 3, 5, 3, 5, 5 open, 3, 5, 3, 5 on the E, 3, 5 on the A, 5 open on the D, 3, 5 on the A. Repeat the riff. Oh, sorry. Now we repeat that lick, the transition lick, about 4 times. So we go 3, 5, 3, 5, 5 open, 3, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, 5 open, 3, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, 5 open, 3, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5. And then it uses the same lick as it does at the beginning of the bridge. So 5 open, 1 open. 3, 4, 1, 2. Burnout. So again, that last lick, 5 open, 1 A, okay, open. 5 on the D, open on the D, 1 A, first fret, 4th fret, 5, 7, 10, 12. And that's Burnout. So if you're feeling brave, if you're feeling adventurous during this quarantine season, give it a shot. It's a super fun song to play, even if you're not quite up to the task of the solo yet, which took me quite a few tries to work through the first couple times. So, yeah, give it a shot. See what you can do. As always, if you have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out to me on social media. Jordan Roepke, Roepke, Facebook page, through Facebook. I don't really do Twitter. Find me on Instagram, all that stuff. So reach out to me. Ask me any questions you might have. I'll be happy to clarify. If this went too fast, I apologize. It's a pretty quick song. But yeah, so hope you're all staying safe and happy and healthy and all of those good things. And as always, enjoy.